Join me as I try to land a Boeing 737 in some crazy crosswinds at Birmingham Airport. The Boeing 737 is one of the most popular and reliable aircraft in the world, with a reputation for being able to handle a wide range of weather conditions. But even with its impressive credentials, landing in strong crosswinds is always a challenge. Birmingham Airport can be a tricky place to land, especially on windy days. Today's forecast is calling for gusty winds out of the west, making it a perfect opportunity to see how the 737 handles a crosswind landing. Crosswinds can be particularly challenging for pilots, as they require a high degree of skill and precision to navigate. When flying in crosswind conditions, pilots have to take into account the wind's effect on the aircraft's stability and trajectory. This can make it difficult to maintain a straight path down the runway. The Boeing 737 has some amazing technology to help pilots in these situations, including advanced autopilot systems and wind compensation features. These tools can be a huge help, but they still require the pilot to be highly skilled and attentive. Pilots train extensively to handle crosswind landings, using a variety of techniques to ensure a safe and smooth touchdown. One of the key techniques is to use a crabbing approach, where the pilot angles the aircraft into the wind to compensate for its effect. This requires a deep understanding of the aircraft's behavior and the wind conditions. As I line up with the runway, you can see the wind really starting to blow. The aircraft is being pushed sideways, and I have to make some pretty significant adjustments to stay on course. The tension is building, and I have to stay focused to make sure everything goes smoothly. The moment of truth has arrived, and I'm starting to feel the aircraft struggling against the wind. It's a bit of a bumpy ride, and I'm having to make some quick reflexes to keep everything under control. You can feel the excitement building as I fight to keep the 737 stable. In the end, it's all about skill and experience. A good pilot knows how to read the wind and adjust their technique accordingly. The Boeing 737 is an amazing aircraft, but it's not just about the technology, it's about the person flying it. If you've ever been on a turbulent flight, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your experiences. And if you're interested in more aviation-related content, be sure to check out my other videos.